Proceed, Silenus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death, end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke. 2 merchants are well-dealed countrymen, who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed the rigorous statutes of their bloods, execute all pity from their threatening looks. Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns, nay, more, if any Ephesus born go to a Syracusan marts or fairs, again, if any Syracusan born go to the bay of Ephesus, he dies.
Yeah.
All the goods will go to the duke's disposal, unless 1,000 marks be levied to ransom him. But that does not amount to 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art commanded to die.
Yet, this my comfort, when thy words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause. Why hast thou departed from thy native home, and comes to Ephesus?
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet, that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense, I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracusa was I born, and wed unto a woman happy but for me, and by me had not her hap been bad. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth was increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamium, until my factor's death, and the great care of goods at random left drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old before herself, almost at fainting under the pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provisions for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and which was strange, the one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by name. That very hour, and in the self same inn, a mean woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motion for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon did we come aboard. A league from Epidamium had we sailed before the always wind, obeying deep, give any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful word of immediate death, though which myself would gladly have embraced. Yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping for what she saw must come, and the piteous plainings of the pretty babes, that mourned for fashion, ignorant what to fear, had forced me to seek delays for them and me. And this it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat, and left the ship then sinking ripe to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him to a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him, one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I fastened ourselves at either end of the ship, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length, the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us, and soon we saw 2 ships from afar, making a main toward us. Of Corinth this, Epidaurus that. But ere they came, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by what went before.
Nay, forward, old man, for we may pity you, but not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon, had splitted our helpful ship in the midst. So that in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind. And in our sight, they 3 were taken up by fishers of Corinth, as we thought. At length another ship had seized upon us, and knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail. And therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, and by nature was my life prolonged to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of the sorrow's foe, do us a favor and delight at full. What has befallen of them till now?
My youngest boy, and yet my eldest care, at 18 became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his servant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, yet retained his name, might bear him company in the search of him. Whilst whom I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and footing straight came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought that or any place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Helpless Aegean, whom the fates have marked, you have suffered so much dire mishap. Now trust me, if it were not against our laws, my oath, my crown, my dignity, which princes would not annul? But I will give you all I can. I give you this day. Go, find friends in Ephesus, and beg them for thy help. If no, thou art commended to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegean wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Therefore, give out your arm epidemic, lest that your goods too soon be confiscate. This very day, a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for a robbery here, and not being able to buy out his life, according to the statute of the town, dies here, the weary sunset in the west. There is your money I had to keep.
Go, bear it to the centaur where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour it will be dinner time. Till that, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn. For with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a mien.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft, when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. What, will you walk with me about the town, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to a certain merchants, of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon, at 5 o'clock, please you, I'll meet with you upon the mart, and afterward consort with you till bedtime. My present business calls me here from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, who in the ocean seeks to find another drop, who, falling to find his fellow forth, unseeing, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon, rather approach too late. The captain burns, the pig falls from the spit, the clock hath struck 12 upon the bell. Ding! And the mistress makes it 1 upon my cheek. She is hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we that are to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wings, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh, 6pence I had last Wednesday. Last to pay the saddler for her mistress's crupper. Oh, the saddler has it, sir. I kept it not.
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me and dally not. Where is the money? We being strangers here, how dare thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you jest, sir, as you sit at dinner. Methinks your ma, like mine, should be your clock, and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them till a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
Why, sir, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
The charge was but to fetch you from the mart, home to your house, the Phoenix. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am Christian, in what safe place you have bestowed my money? Or I shall break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks and I'm undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?
I have some marks of yours upon my shoulders, some of my mistress's marks upon my pate, but not 1,000 marks between you both.
Thy mistress's marks? What mistress, slave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress, she that doth fasts till you come home to dinner, and prays that you will hie you home to dinner.
What? Wilt thou flout me thus into my face, being forbid? Hold, take thou that, and that!
What mean you, sir? For God's sake, hold your hands. Nay, and you will not. I shall take my heels.
By some device or other, the villain is all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark-working sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and other such like liberties of sin. If it prove so, I'll be gone the sooner. All to the center to go seek my slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned. Then in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock.
Perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine, and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister.
Well, why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out of door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh no, he is the bridled of your will.
None but asses would be bridled so.
Why headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but hath his bound in earth and sea and sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowl are their male subjects and at their control. Man, more divine and master of all these, lord of the wide world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords, then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude leaves you to keep unwed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, would you bear some sway?
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How so, if your husband finds some other way?
Till he come home again, I would forbear.
Patience unmoved, no marvel though she pause. They could be meek without any other cause. Wretched souls, bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear them cry. But were we ourselves burdened with like weight of pain, we could as much or more ourselves complain. So if thou live to see this right bereft, this fool-baked patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Now here comes your man, now is your husband nigh.
Say, is your tardy master at hand?
Aye, aye, he's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can bear witness.
Didst thou speak with him, knowest his mind?
Aye, he bespoke his mind upon mine ear, but sure his hand stand it.
Spake he so doubtfully, thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, struck he so plainfully, I could too well feel his blows, and withal so doubtfully understand their meaning.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home? It seems he hath much care to please his wife.
Mistress, I'm sure my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
Well, I mean not cuckold mad, but sure, my master is stark mad. When I bid him come home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. Oh, 'tis dinner time, quoth I. My gourd, quoth he. The meat doth burn, quoth I. My gourd, quoth he. Will you come home, quoth I. My gourd, quoth he. Where the 1,000 marks in gold I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I. 'Tis burnt. My gourd, quoth he. My mistress, sir, quoth I. Hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Oh, quoth my master. I know, quoth he. No house, no wife, no mistress. So my errand, due unto my tongue, I thank him. I bar home upon my shoulders, for in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Go back, thou slave, and fetch thy master home.
Go again and be beaten home anew? For God's sake, said some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I will break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with another beating. Between you two, I shall have a holy head.
Hence, waiting peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you as you with me? Like a football, you do spurn me thus. He will spurn me hence, and you will spurn me hither. If I am to last in the service, you'll have to case me in leather.
Fie, how impatient loreth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I at home starve for a merry look. Hath homely age the alluring beauty took from my cheek? Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull, barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, then he blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? It's not my fault, he's master of my state. What ruins are within me that cannot be found by him not ruined? My decayed fare, a sunny look from his would soon repair. But too unruly dear, he breaks the pail and feeds from home. Poor I am, but is stale.
It's self-harming jealousy. Fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrongs dispense. Sister, you know he promised me a chain. Would that alone, O love, he would detain, to keep fair quarter with his bed? I see the jewel best enameled will lose its beauty, yet the gold bides still the other's touch, and often will touching will wear gold. Yet no man that hath a name by falsehood and corruption doth it shame. But since that my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up, safe at the centaur, and the heedful slave has wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host's report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mark. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? As you love stroke, so jest with me again? You know no centaur, you receive no gold. My house is at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thou so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I have not seen you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt, and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou felt'st I was displeased.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. I pray, master, what means this jest? I pray, master, tell me.
Yeah, dost thou jeer and flaunt me in the teeth? Think'st thou I jest? Hold, take out that, and that.
Hold, sir, for God's sake! No, you're just being earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
Because that I familiarly sometimes do use you for my fool and chat with you. Your sauciness will jest upon my love, and make comment on my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creep in crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect. I shall beat that method in your sconce.
Sconce, call you it? So you would leave badgering? I'd rather be at the head and use these blows long. I will need a sconce for my head, and a sconce too, or I'll sink my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, and wherefore? They say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first for flouting me, and wherefore for urging it a second time to me.
Was there ever a man thus beaten not to season, when the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
For giving me this something for nothing.
I shall make amends next to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
Nay, I think the meat wants that I have.
And good time, sir, what's that?
Basting.
Then 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to adjust in good time. There's a time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's never time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
I would pay the fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a miser of hair, being as it is so plentiful in excrement?
Because it is a blessing he bestows on beasts, and when he has sconted men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those but hath the wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou didst conclude hairy men plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer the sooner lost, yet he loseth in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones then.
Nay, not sure in a thing falsy.
Certain ones then.
Name them.
The one, to save the money he spends in tiring. The other, that a dinner should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proven there's no time for all things.
Marry it did, sir. Namely, Ian, there's no time for a man to recover his hair that's lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial why there is no time to recover.
Thus I mend it. Time himself is bald, and to the world's end will have bald followers.
I knew 'twould be a bald conclusion. That's up! The boss is yonder!
Aye, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wouldst vow, that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcome to thy hand, that never meat sweet savored in thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband, oh how comes it, that thou art estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me, that undividable, incorporate, and better than thy dear self's better part. Oh, do not tear thyself away from me. For know, my love, as easy mayst thou fall, a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled thence that drop again, without addition or diminishing, as take from me thyself, and not me too. How dearly would it touch thee to the quick, shouldst thou but hear I were licentious, and that this body, consecrate to thee, by ruffian lust was contaminate. Wouldst thou not spit at me, and spurn me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and from my stained skin tear the harlot brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust. I am possessed with an adulterate blot. For if we two be one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh. Being then strumpeted by thy contagion, keep then fair league and truce with thy true bed. I live disdained, thou undishonored.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange unto your town as to your talk, who by all my wit being scanned, wants wit, and oh, one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return to him, that he did buffet thee, and in these blows denied my house for his and me for his wife.
Did you converse so with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact.
I, sir? I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for her very words didst thou deliver to me on the mark.
Sir, I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names, unless it be by inspiration?
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, abetting him to thwart me in my mood. Be it my wrong, you are from me exempt, but not wrong, not that wrong, with a more contempt. Come, I will fasten on the sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness, married to thy stronger state, makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught possess you from me, it is dross, usurping ivy, briar, idle moss, who all for want of pruning with intrusion, infect thy sap and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks. She moves me for her theme. What? Was I married to her in my dream? Or dream I now and think I hear all this? What errors drive our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know the sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads! I cross me for a sinner! This is a fairyland! Oh, spite spites! We converse with owls, goblins, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath and pinch us, black and blue.
Why prayest thou to thyself and answerest not? Dromio, thou snail, thou slug, thou sot.
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think you are in mind, and so am I.
Nay, both in my mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true, for she rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so I am an ass, else it could never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be a fool, to put the finger in the eye and weep, whilst man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. My husband, I'll dine above with you and shrive you 1,000 idle pranks. Sirrah, if any ask if you're master, say he dines forth, and let none enter. Come, sister, Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised, known unto these until myself disguised. I'll say as they say, and persevere so, and in this midst at all adventures go.
Master, shall I porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow we will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down, but that I charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, what sayest thou?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know. If my skin were parchment and your blows were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Nay, so it doth appear by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should keep being kicked, and being at that pass, you would keep from my heels, and beware of an ass.
You're sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God our cheer may answer my goodwill and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and your welcome dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, that every churl affords.
A welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome make a merry feast.
I to a miserly host a more sparing guest. But though my cates be mean, take them in good part. May you leave with better cheer, but not with better heart. But soft, the door is locked. Go, bid them let us in.
Maud! Bridget! Marion? Cicely! Jillian? Jen!
Mom, malt horse, captain, coxswain, idiot, patch, either
Either get thee from the door, or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for wenches that thou callest for such store? When one is one too many, go get thee from the door.
What patch has made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
Who talks within there? Open the door.
Right, sir, I'll tell you when, and you'll tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Nor today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me out from the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, thou villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one never got me credit, the other nickel blame. It's thou wouldst have been Dromio today in my place. Thou wouldst have changed thy face for a name, and thy name for an ass.
What a coil is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Oh, let my master in loose.
Faith, no, he comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh Lord, I must laugh. Have it you with a proverb, shall I set in my staff?
Have that you with another, that's when, can you tell?
If thy name be called Luce, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear, you minion? You'll let us in, I hope.
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no.
So come help, well struck. There was a blow for a blow.
Thou baggage, let me in.
Can you tell for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down.
What needs all that? In a pair of stocks in the town?
Who is that at the door that keeps all this noise? By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Is that you, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, sir knave. Go, get you from the door.
Master, if you went in pain, this knave would go sore.
Here's neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either. In debating which is best, we shall part with neither.
They stand at the door. Bid them welcome you hither.
There is something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You'd say that if your garments were thin, your case here is warm within. You stand out here in the cold. It would make a man as mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Go, fetch me something. I'll break up the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate.
A man may break a word with ye. Aye, words are but wind. Better than break it in your face, lest you break it not behind.
It seems thou wants breaking. Out upon thee, hind.
Here's too much out upon me. I pray thee, let me in.
Aye, when fowls have no feather and fish hath no fin.
Well, I'll break in. Go, fetch me a crow.
A crow without a feather? Master, mean you so? For a fish without a fin is a fowl without a feather. If a crow help us in, so I would pluck a crow together.
Go, fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Hearing you war against your reputation and draw within the compass of suspect. Don't violate the honor of your wife. Once this, your long experience of her wisdom, her sober virtue, years, and modesty. Plead on her part some cause you unknown. And doubt not, sir, she will well excuse. Why at this time the doors are made against you? Be ruled by me. Depart in patience. Let us thus hire all to dinner. And about evening, come yourself alone to know the reason of this strange restraint.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and in despite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know one's an excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild and yet too gentle. To her will be to dinner. My wife, though I protest without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me with honor. Go, fetch the chain, bring it to the Porpentine, for there's the house. There I'll bestow it, be it for nothing but to spite my wife upon mine hostess there. Go, make haste. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock somewhere else and see if they'll save me.
I'll meet you at that place of our heads.
Do so, this jest will cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office? Shall, Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs wrought?
Shall love, in building, grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shamed orator. Look sweet, speak fair, become disloyalty. A pair of vice like virtue's harbor and prayer. Bear a fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false, what need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to true on with your bed and let her read it in thy looks at board. Shame, half the bastard flame well managed ill deeds is doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor woman, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, showeth the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor if I won't wonder you do hit a mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not, than all earth's wonders, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak, lay open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words to seek. Against thy soul's pure truth, why labor you, to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, into your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know, your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more, to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take them and there lie, and in this glorious supposition think, he gains by death that hath such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned as she sink.
What are you, mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated, and how I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze when you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself, mine own self's better part. Mine eye's clearer eye, my heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim. My soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee. With thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
Why, how now, Dromio? Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
Nay, I am an ass. I am a woman's man, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Besides myself, I am due to a woman. One that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
What claims lays she to thee?
Marry, sir, such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I being a beast she would have me, but she being a very beastly creature lays claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverend body, sir, one that a man may not speak of without he say, Sir Reverence, I but lean luck in the match, but she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen wench, and all grease. I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her, and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and tallow in them would burn a Poland winter. If she were to live till doomsday, she'd burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of?
Swart, like my shoe, but her face, nothing like so clean kept. For why? She sweats. Men make overshoes in the grime of it.
'Tis a fault that water will mend.
Nay, Noah's blood could not do it. 'Tis ingrained.
What's her name?
Nell, but her name and 3/4, that's an L and 3/4, could not measure her from hip to hip.
So she bears some breadth.
No longer from head to foot than from hip to hip. She's spherical. Like a globe. I could find out countries within her.
And what part of her body stands Ireland?
Ah, sir, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bogs.
Where's Scotland?
I found it by the bareness, hard in the palm of her hand.
Where France?
In her forehead, armed and reverted, making war against her heir.
Where England?
I looked for the chalky cliffs, yet could find no whiteness in them, but I guess it stood in her chin, by the salt ram that lies between France and it.
Where Spain?
Faith, I saw it not, but I felt it, hot on her breath.
Where stood America, the Indies?
Ah, sir, upon her nose, all over embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, declining their rich aspect in the hot breath of Spain, who sent whole armadas of carracks to be ballasted at her nose.
Where stood Belgium, the Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I did not look so low. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to her, and told me what privy marks I had about me, such as the mark on my shoulder, the mole on my neck, the great wart on my left arm that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch. And to think, if my heart had not been made of faith and my breast of steel, she'd have transformed me to a curdled dog and had me turn at the wheel.
Go, hie thee presently, post to the road, and if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the mark, where I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As a bear a man would run from life, so run I from she that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time I were hence. She that doth call me husband, my soul doth for a wife adore. But her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me a traitor to myself. So lest myself be guilty of self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus.
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain. I thought to obtain you at the Porpentine. The chain unfinished made me stay thus long.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
What, please yourself, sir, I have made it for you.
Made it for me, sir, I bespoke it not.
Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and please your wife withal. And soon at supper time, I'll visit you and receive my money for the chain.
I pray, sir, receive the money now, for fear you ne'er see chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
I cannot tell what I should think of this, but this I think. There is no man is so vain who would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here need not live by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. All to the mart, and there for Dromio stay, and if any ship put out, then straight away.
You know since Pentecost the sum is due, and since I have not much importuned you, nor now I had not. But that I am bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore make a present satisfaction, or I will attach you to this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe tears growing to me by Antipholus. And in the instant that I met with you, he had of me a chain. At 5 o'clock I shall go and receive the money for the same. Please with you, walk down with me to his house. I will discharge my bond and thank you too.
May you save that labor. See where he comes.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go, fetch a rope's end. That will I bestow upon my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my house by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Go, buy a rope and bring it home.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
I may as well hold up that trust to you. I was promised your presents and the chain, yet neither the chain nor the goldsmith came to me. Belike you thought our love would last too long if we were chained together, and brought it not.
Saving your merry humor, here's a note for how much your chain weighs to the utmost carat, the finest of the gold, and chargeable fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you see him pleasantly dispatched, for he is bound to sea and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good senior, take this stranger and the chain, and bid my wife disperse the money on the receipt thereof.
Well, sir, then you can give it to her yourself.
No, you bring it, lest I come not in time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And have it not, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I to blame have held him here for too long.
Good Lord, you use this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have chid you then for not bringing the chain, but like a shrew, you first began to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me. The chain.
Why? Bring it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, come, you know I gave it to you even now. Either give me the chain or send by me some token.
Fine, now you run this humor out of breath. Where's the chain? I pray you let me see it.
My business cannot break. Good sir, say whether answer me or no. If not, I will attach you to this officer.
Answer you? For what do I have to answer you?
Money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit. I do, in charging the Duke's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay the sum or I'll attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that which I never had? Go on, fool.
He, officer, arrest him. I would not spare my brother in this case if he should so apparently.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
I will obey until the bail comes. But you, sir, will pay for this, as all the metal in your shop will answer.
Sir, I shall have law in Ephesus to your notorious shame? I doubt it not.
Master, there's a bargain between me and this, but your own, her own board. Then she bears conveyed aboard. I bought the oil, the balsamum, and the aqua vitae. The ship is in her trim. A merry wind blows fair from land. She stays for naught at all, but for her owner, master, and yourself.
How now, a madman? Thou peeve for me.
The ship you sent me for, to hire waftage.
I sent you for a rope, and told you for what purpose and to what end.
You sent me for a rope's end as soon. You sent me to the bay, sir.
I will discuss this matter at more leisure and will teach your ears to listen to me with more heed. Go to Adriana, give her this key. Tell her in the desk-covered door with the Turkish tapestry there's a purse of ducats. Bid her send it here. Tell her I am arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. Be gone. On, officer, to prison till it come.
To Adriana? That is where we dined, where Drosabelle did claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must, although against my will. For servants must their masters' minds fulfill.
Oh, Luciana, didst he tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive austerely in his eye? Yea or no? Looked he red or pale, or sad or merrily? What observations didst thou make in his case, of his heart's meteors tilting in his face?
First, he denied you had in him no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore he that he was a stranger here.
And true he swore, though forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
That love I begged for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
Did speak he fair?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere, stigmatical in making and worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone.
Ah, but I think him better than I speak, and yet would hear in others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest the lapwing cries. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here, go! The desk, the purse! Sweet, now make haste!
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where is thy master, Dromio? Is he well?
No, he's in Tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, a fiend, a fairy, pitless and rough, a wolf, nay worse, a fellow all in buff, a back friend, a shoulder clapper, one that countermands the passages of alleys, creeks and narrow lands, a hound that runs counter yet draws dry but well, one that before the judgment carries poor souls to hell.
Why, man, what is the matter?
I know not the matter. He is rested on the case.
Why, he's arrested? Tell me, at whose suit?
I know not at whose suit he is rested well. It's the suit of buff that rested, and that can I tell. Will you send him, mistress, redemption, the money in the desk?
Go fetch it, sister. This I wonder at, that he unknown to me should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a bond?
No, not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain. We're gone!
There's the money, Dromio. Bear it straight and bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister, I am pressed down with conceit. Conceit my comfort and my injury.
Not a man I meet, but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend. And everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some give me thanks for kindnesses. Even now, a tailor called me in his shop and showed me the silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers do inhabit here.
Master, here is the gold that you sent me for. What? Have you got the picture of old Adam New Apparel?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not the Adam that kept the paradise, but the Adam that keeps the prison. He that went in the calf's skin that was killed for the prodigal. The man, sir, that came up behind you like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No? Why, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a bass viol in a case of leather. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired gives them a sob and rests them. He, sir, that takes pity on decayed men and gives them a suit's endurance. The man, sir, that sets up his rest to do more exploits with his mace than a Morris pike.
Dost thou mean an officer?
I, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer that breaks his band. He that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give ye good rest.
There, rest in your foolery. Is any ships put up forth tonight? May we be gone?
Master, I sent you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight, and then you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the whole delay. Here are the angels you sent for to deliver you.
The fellow is distracted, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence!
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised yesterday?
Say no more! I charge thee, tempt me not!
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil!
Nay, she is worse. She's the devil's dam, and here she comes in the habit of a light wench. Whereof, when wenches say, God damn me, that is as much to say, God make me a light wench. It is written that they come to men in the form of angels of light. Light is an effective fire, and fire will burn, ergo, light wenches will burn! Come not near her!
You and your man are marvelous merry, sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Ah! Master, if you do, expect spoon meat, or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Mary, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Abide then, fiend! What tells thou me of something? You, as you are all, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner. Or for my diamond, the chain you promised, and I'll be gone and not trouble you.
Some devils ask but for the parings of one's nail. a brush of hair, a drop of blood, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone, but she, more covetous, would have a chain. Master, be wise, and if you give it her, then the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me.
Come, Romeo, let us go!
Fly, pride, says the peacock, mistress, that you know.
Now out of doubt, Antipholus is mad, else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and the other he denies me now. The reason I gather he is mad, besides the present instance of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance. But like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way is to hie home to his house and tell his wife that being a lunatic, he came to my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee for what I'm arrested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today and will not lightly believe that I am attached to Nephesis. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. But there's my man. I think he brings the money. How now, have you what I sent you for?
Here's that. I warrant you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope?
I'll serve you, sir. 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
Why, to a rope's end, sir, and to that end I'm returned.
And to that end I welcome you.
Good sir, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient, for I'm in adversity.
Good now, hold thy tongue.
Rather persuade him to hold his hand.
Poor son, senseless villain!
I would that I were senseless, so that I might not feel thy blows.
Thou art sensible and nothing but blows, so art an ass.
And I am an ass. You can tell it by my long ears. I've served him from the hour of my nativity to this very instance, and I've had nothing at his hands for my service but blows. When I'm cool, he heats me with a beating. When I'm warm, he cools me with a beating. Raised with it when I sit, waked with it when I sleep, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, welcome back with it when I return. I bear it on my shoulders like a beggar wanter brat. And when he hath lamed me by it, I shall knock with it from door to door.
Come, go along, my wife is coming yonder.
Mistress, respis venum, respect your end, or rather, the prophecy like the Perrett, beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
What are you saying now? Is not your husband mad?
His ability conforms no less. Good Dr. Pench, you are a conjurer. Establish him with his true sense again, and I will please you what you will demand. Alas, how fiery and how sharp he looks.
Give me your hand! Troubles in his ecstasy.
Let me feel your pulse.
Here is my hand, and let it feel your face.
I charge thee, safe houses in this man, to yield possession to my holy prayer, and to thy sin darkness, I thee straight. I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, peace. I am not mad.
Oh, Oh, that thou wert not, poor distressed soul.
These are your customers. Did that companion with the saffron face revel and feast at my house whilst the guilty doors were shut upon me and I locked out?
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home. Where else would you have remained until these times, free from these slanders and this open shame?
Dined at home? Thou, villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Would not the doors shut upon me and I locked out?
Purdy they were, your doors shut, and you locked out.
And did not she herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself did revile you there.
And did not her kitchen maid rail and taunt and scorn me?
Certainly she did. The kitchen vestal scorned you.
And did not I, in a rage, depart from thence?
Aye, aye, in verity you did. My bones have since felt the vigor of this rage.
It is good to soothe him in these contraries.
It is no shame. The fellow finds it vain, and yielding to him humors well his frenzy.
Thou hast suborned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio, who came in haste for it.
Money? By me? Heart and goodwill you might, but surely, master, not a rag of money.
Wentst thou not to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was brought here for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say wherefore thou didst lock me forth today, and why you refused to give me the gold.
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
Nor I, gentle master, receive any gold, but I do confess we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speaks false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and art confederate with the damned pact to make Los Magic scorned of me. But with these hands I'll pluck out those false eyes that would witness me in this shameful sport.
Oh, bite him, let him not come near me!
Whoa, company! The bane is strong! Look at him!
I meet for him how pale and wan he looks.
Wilt thou murder me? I am your prisoner. Wilt thou suffer to make a rescue?
Masters, he is my prisoner. You shall not have him.
No! Find this man! Where do you threaten Jew?
Oh, peevish officer, hast thou delight to see a wretched man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I just charge that ere I go from here. Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day!
Oh, most unhappy strumpet!
Master, I'm here entered in bond for you.
Wilt thou still mad me, villain?
Will you be bound for nothing? Be mad, good master! Cry, the devil!
God help poor souls. How idly do they talk.
Go bear him hence. Come, sister, tell me, at whose suit was he arrested at?
One Angelo, the goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum that he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows it due?
Do you have the chain your husband had of him?
He did bespeak of a chain for me, but had it not.
When as your husband, all in a rage today, came to my house and took away my ring. The ring I saw upon his finger now, straight after I did meet him with the chain.
Maybe so, but I never did see it. Come, take me where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large. God, they are loose again. And come with naked swords. Come, let us call for help to have them back.
I see these bitches are afraid of swords.
She's I would be your wife, now ran from you.
Come to the centaur, fetch us stuff from thence. I longed that we were safe and sound aboard.
Fate, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw, they speak us fair, give us gold. I think that they are such a gentle nation that, were it but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me, I can find it in my heart to stay here still and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry, sir, that I have hindered you, But I protest he hath the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny it.
How was the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly, yonder, as I think he walks.
'Tis so, and that silk chain about his neck which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me, I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me through this shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstances and oaths so to deny that self chain which now you wear so openly. Besides the charge, the shame, the imprisonment, you have done wrong to this, my honest friend, who but for staying on the controversy had hoisted sail and put to sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think it be, sir. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear?
Thine ears of mine thou heareth. Fie on thee, wench! 'Tis a pity that thou livest where any honest man resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently if thou darest stand.
I do dare, and defy thee for a villain.
Hurt him not, for God's sake, he is mad. Some get within him and take his sword. Bind Romeo to and bear them to my house.
Run, master, run, for God's sake! Take a house! This is some prairie, and we are spoiled!
Be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence. Let us come in that we may bind him fast and bear him home for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I'm sorry now that I drew on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and much unlike the man he was. But never till this afternoon did his passion break into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by rack of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection in unlawful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing? Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none except the last, namely some love that drew him off from home.
For that you should have reprehended him.
Why, so I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Haply in private.
And in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it. At board he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme. In companies I often glanced at it. Still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors in a jealous woman. Poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make for ill digestions, and thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what's a fever but a fit of madness? Thou sayest his sports were hindered by thy brawls. The consequence is then thy jealous fits has scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answers not?
She betrays me to my own reproof. Good people, enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then have your servants bring my husband forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands, till I brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in assaying it.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, die at his sickness, for it is my office, and I will have no attorney but myself. Therefore, let me have him home with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir, till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of my oath, a charitable duty of mine honor. Therefore, depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband here, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke of his indignities.
Come, go. I will fall prostrate at his feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won his grace to come hence and take perforce my husband from the abbey.
Anon, I am sure the Duke comes this way with a melancholy veil, to this place of death and sorry execution, and the ditches here behind the abbey.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusian merchant, who was put unluckily in the bay, against the laws and statutes publicly executed for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duke before he passes the abbey.
Yet once again proclaim a policy. For any friend pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
Why, she is a kind and reverend lady. It cannot be that hath done she any wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me and all I had, at your most important letters this ill day, a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately hurried through as mad as he, doing displeasure to the citizens, rushing in their houses, bearing thence rings, jewels, anything his rage did please. Once I did get him bound and send him home, whilst I went to take order for the wrongs he went, that here and there his fury had committed. Anon, I wot not by what strong escape he broke from those who had guard of him, and himself and his mad attendant, both with ireful passion, with drawn swords, met us again and madly bent on us, chased us away, and until raising of more aid, we had them bound again. Then they rushed into this abbey here, and here the abbess shuts the gates on us, and or have him be brought forth that he may be borne hence for recovery. Therefore, with thy command, most gracious Duke, let my husband be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and to thee engaged a prince's word. Once thou made a master of thy bed, I did him all the good and grace I could. Go, some of you, knock on the gates and bid Lady Abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress, mistress, shift and save thyself. My master and his man are both broke loose, beaten the maid's throat, and bound the doctor, whose beard they have singed off with brands of fire, and ever as a blaze they threw upon him great pails of puddled mire to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, and the while his man with scissors nicks him like a fool. And sure, unless you send some present help, between them they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool, thy master and his man are present, and this is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life I tell you true, I have not breathed almost since I did see it. He cries for you and vows he can take you, to scorch your face and to disfigure you. Oh God! Hark, hark, I hear him! Mistress, fly, begone!
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard with halberds.
I mean, it is my husband. I witnessed you, he is borne about invisible, and even now we housed him in the abbey here. And now he's there, past all thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke, oh grant me justice, even for the service that I long since did thee when I bestrid thee in the wars, even for the blood I shed and deep scars I took to save your life, oh grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, she whom thou gavest to me to be my wife, who hath abused and dishonored me even in the height and strength of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong which she this day hath so shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she locked me out of my house, while she with harlots reveled and feasted there.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, himself, me, and my sister did dine together today. This is false, he burdens me withal.
Never may I look on day or sleep on night, but she tells to your highness simple truth.
Oh, perjured woman, they are both forsworn, and this the madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I am advised what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash with raging ire, albeit my wrongs might make one wiser mad. This day she has locked me out of my house. That goldsmith there could witness it were he not packed with her. This day he went to go fetch the chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine. Our dinner being done and him not coming hither, I went to seek him. I met him in the street, and in his company, that gentleman. There, the perjured goldsmith swore me down that I this day received it from the chain, which Lord he knows I saw not. For the which he arrested me with an officer. I obeyed and sent my man to go fetch the money. He returned with none. Then verily I offered to go fetch it ourselves in person. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Among them, one pinch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a mere anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler, and a fortune-teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a living dead man. Forsooth, he took on him as a conjurer, and grabbing my hand and feeling my pulse, cried out that I was possessed. All at once they fell upon me and bound me and my man. They left us alone in a dark and dankish vault, both bound together, till I gnawed with my teeth the bars asunder, and came hither to your grace, whom I beseech to grant me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, in truth thus far I witness that he died not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
I will confess, I did hear him confess. He first forswore to me in the mart, in which I drew my sword on him. Then he fled to the abbey, here.
I have never been within these abbey walls. You never drew your sword on me, and I never saw the chain. So help me heaven!
Why, what an intricate peach this is. I think you've all drunk from Circe's cup. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that same. Sir, what say you?
He dined with her at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger snatched that diamond.
'Tis true, my liege. This ring I had of her.
Thou sawest coming here to the abbey?
As sure, my liege, as I do to your grace.
Go and bid the abbess hither. I think you've all gone stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply I see a friend will save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Is your name, sir, not Antipholus? And is that not your bondman, Dromio?
Within the hour I was his bondman, sir. Now, and I thank him, he has gnawed my cords in two. Now I am his man, Dromio, unbound.
I'm sure both of you remember me.
We do remember ourselves by you, for within the hour we are bound as you are now. You're not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why look you strange upon me? You know me well.
I have never saw you in my life until now.
Oh, grief hath changed me since you saw me last, and careful hours with time's deformed hand have written strange deep features on my face. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, sir, nor I.
I'm sure thou dost.
And I'm sure I don't. For whatsoever a man denies, you are here bound to believe him.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue in 7 short years that my only son knows not my fragile key of untuned cares? Though now this grained face of mine be hid in sap-consuming winter's drizzled snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet hath my night of life some memory, my wasting lamp some fading glimmer left, my dull deaf ears some used to hear, all these old witnesses I cannot err. Tell me thou art my son Antipholus.
I have never met my father in my life.
But 7 short years in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted. But perhaps, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me misery.
The Duke and all who know me here can witness that I never saw Syracuse in my life.
'Tis true. 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, and not once has he seen Syracusia. My age and dangers find me dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged.
I see 2 husbands, or mine eyes deceive me. One of these men is patron to the other. But what? Who is the natural man, and who is the spirit?
I, Sir Andromio, command him away!
I, Sir Andromio, pray let me stay.
Eugene, art thou not, or else his ghost?
Oh, my old master! Who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will let loose his bonds, and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Eugene, if thou beest the man that had a wife once called Amelia, that bore thee at a burden 2 fair sons. If thou be the same Aegean, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
Why, this is his same story from this morning. Two Antiphases, so alike, and Dromios, one in semblance. Besides her pleading, saying about a shipwreck, these must be the parents to these two children, who have accidentally met together.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. If thou art she, tell me, where is that son that floated with thee on that fatal raft?
By men of Epidemium, he and I and the twin Dromio all were taken up, but by force, rude fishermen of Corinth took them from me. Me they left with those of Epidemium. I to this fortune you see me in.
Antipholus, thou comest from Corinth first?
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stand apart. I cannot tell which is which.
I came from Corinth, my liege.
And I with him.
Brought here by that most famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
And which of you two did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I, yet she did call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, they call me brother. But I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good, if this be not a dream I see and hear.
That is the chain, sir, which you had of me.
I think it be, sir, I deny it not.
And for that chain, you arrested me.
I think I did, sir, I deny it not.
And I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio my man did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was taken for him, and him for me, and thereupon these errors are arose.
These ducats pawn I for my father here. It shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have my ring from you.
There, take it. And much thanks for my good cheer.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and here at large discourse at all our fortunes, and all that are summoned in this place, that by the sympathize of one day's heirs have suffered wrong. Go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I but gone in travail of you, my sons, and to this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duke, my husband, and my children both, and you, the calendars of their nativity. Go to a gossip's feast, and go with me. After so long grief, such nativity.
With all my heart, I shall gossip at this feast.
Master, shall I get your stuff from the shipboard?
What stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Your goods that lay at host, sir, at the Centaur.
He speaks to me. I'm your master, Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look to that anon. Embrace thy brother there. Rejoice with him.
There's a fat run at your master's house at kitchen me for you today. She now shall be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my glass, and not my brother. I see by you that I'm a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see their gossip?
Not I, sir. You are my elder.
Now that's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senior. Till then, lead thou first.
Nay, then thus. We came into the world like brother and brother, and we shall leave hand in hand, not one before the other.